All right, in 5, 4, 3.
Yo, what's up?
Dude.
Sorry.
All right, well, hold on. Let me get it up. We need to mute my TV. Mute the TV. And let's watch This video is only available to subscribers? What the? Man, you know what? The internet is just... We'll have to try it later, I guess. But we're live now, so... oh, there it is. I see it. We're live. Okay. So, Triton. This week or this stream, we're looking at doing versioning or automating the versioning for the releases of the component library. Correct?
Yeah, so to catch everyone up, we've been building a Vue.js library for an open source Vue.js library for nonprofits that's focused around, fundraising and donations. So the library will have eventually inputs for currency, drop downs, and fundraiser cards, and all the fun stuff that nonprofits are going to need. Right now, the library just has one component, and that's a card component. And we previously went through the process of building that component to be reusable with plain Vue.js code, and then configuring a local project to be a library that we published on NPM. So as of today, anyone checking it out can go to the NPM store or marketplace, whatever.
There's Donate UI Kit.
Yep.
So it's up there right now, version 0.2.0.
Yeah.
4 days old. Oh, look at that, 102 weekly downloads. Now that doesn't seem right, but...
That's BS. There's no way. We published this 4 or 5 days ago?
Now, I think what it is I've heard CJ mention it before, that it's bots downloading it to check if we publish any kind of API keys or something like private information that they can scrape, is most likely what it is. It could also be like something checking it for security dependencies.
Oh, so you mean like malicious bots that are out there scraping the web, trying to find backdoors or whatever into your module?
Yeah, okay. Trying to find security vulnerabilities, but also API tokens, things like that, random things that you would put in there.
Interesting. So, I did not know that.
I didn't either until I saw him publish a library pretty recently, and he saw that it had I think it was count even odd. He made a little joke library for calculating whether something's even or odd.
Nice.
Anyway.
So back to our project that we've been streaming. Yeah, we've got this Donate UI kit with one card component. As of today, based on our last couple sessions, you can NPM install this kit and have a reusable Vue component that you can import into your projects. And it gives you a neatly styled card. It's not that fancy yet, but we're working on improving it. I'm excited about getting into the currency inputs eventually. But for today's session, I'm also interested in seeing what you can do with GitHub Actions, because right now, every time we push up to master, we have to also manually do an npm publish. And I just feel like we could automate that in the early days of this library.
Yeah, so I was just thinking about it like right now before we started, and I don't think we're going to be able to npm publish from a GitHub action because that would have to have your credentials. You'd have to be logged in. And how are we going to use your credentials?
That's a great point. Yeah, we didn't think about that last time when we kind of started questioning everything we could do for automation.
So I really think that we're going to have to, it's going to have to be like a local release process. Like you personally do it. You know, you just run a script. We can write a script to do it, but you'll have to do it from your computer with the latest version or something.
That's an option. If we take a moment to think through some possible options, we might want to just look and see, even if it's to disprove that actions are a possibility. We might look and see if they have a feature for credentials, like maybe private credentials can be attached to a action. I don't know. I would love to find out.
New versions to npm. Yeah, let's look at some existing actions for npm publishing.
Even if we roll out actions. Yeah, even if we roll out actions, I would love to know you for sure cannot use credentials in an action. Like they don't have a feature to hide that. I want to know for sure that that's not an option. If it is an option, I'd be interested to know that as well. But otherwise, some other options that come to mind would be a Git hook on your local machine or a script like you said.
Yeah, Git hook would be more, I guess you could, no, because a Git hook still runs on GitHub, right? It's not running on your machine locally, is it?
I don't think people can access the .git file in a project. Like I think that's native to your machine, but.
Is that where you put a Git hook?
Yeah.
Yeah, in that case, I would say just make a script so anyone who pulls it down can publish it to their own thing. Well, not
see, this is using
with your account.
Yeah, this is using. It looks like a config file. It's referencing a local config file for your tokens. So action
an npm auth token. Okay,
That's
so you have it locally, and then they give these environment tokens.
I'll let you steer from here. I am in the dark on this one, but I am curious. So I'd love to see how you maybe figure out a way to automate this.
Well, I'm going to take someone else's existing thing and then maybe modify it if we need to. So this says when someone changes you still have to change the version locally and then push the commit with this specific message. And then it'll automatically tag it for you and publish to the NPM registry. Because you still have to do these manual steps, I mean, I don't see what the point is going through all the work to set this up. If you still have to do all these manual steps, the only benefit you're getting is that automatic tagging, because all you have to do on your machine is run an npm publish, and then you push it up. You're the only one working on it.
Yeah, so I mean, to clarify, the original problem that we thought up when we did a publish the other night was that in the early days of the library, you're going to be publishing a bunch of components rapidly. So like for a week, if I worked on this every night after work, I'm going to be publishing maybe 10, 12 versions because I'm going to have a new component each day or something. And the original thought was, why can't we just automate this to where every time I push to master, something runs an npm publish and I don't have to think about NPM. It just runs in the background, and people can suddenly access each new component that I publish every day. So like in the early days of this library, we're just trying to get as many components out there, and
Yeah.
we don't want to think of all the steps for publishing. But maybe that's sloppy. I don't know.
I don't think you're going to be publishing. I don't think you should be publishing as frequently as you think you will. I don't think there's really a need to publish it until you've got like a fully working component, you know, or until you're ready to consume it. Because otherwise, you're just doing unnecessary publishes. It's not like Git where you need to push it up to npm to have the latest going. Like you're basically pushing to production when you push to npm.
That's
you don't
fair.
want
Yeah.
work in progress stuff going out, you know. So you'd still be working, you pushing up to GitHub frequently, but then when you're ready to cut a release, that's like, okay, we're ready to push to production, we're ready to bump the version. And then after that, we could, you know, you would set up probably some additional testing to make sure you can consume the project as you expect. But
Okay,
in terms
so then
of just, yeah, you locally, that's why I still feel like just a local npm script is sufficient enough.
So should we just, I was going to say, should we just manually do the releases because they will be treated as production deployments, and just say that, you know, it's a conscious decision at the end of the week when you feel like everything's stable, you make a push to NPM, you remember all the steps maybe in the README for the library where you have to bump the versioning, update the docs, push to npm publish, whatever.
Yeah, that's
And
a
then,
whole like release process that we'll need. But for now, I do think it's, I mean, I guess it's worth it for us to build this little script. It's not a lot of work. But just so you can make it somewhat simpler, it will be as simple as you saying npm run publish. And that would be it.
yeah, really the only steps we're automating now that we're talking about it would be the bumping up the version and logging in.
Yeah, and we can even do that in our script. We can say, okay, when I do that publish, take the version from the package number, create a tag with that version, and then push that up to GitHub, and then do a build, push it up to GitHub just for sake. You might not even have to push it up to GitHub, but then push it up to npm, and then it will be deployed.
So my like rough plan for the library was, like let's say 12 components would comprise the first V1 of the module of the library. I would foresee like having 12 minor releases to get each module up, each component up. Whoa, acre fire, Los Angeles County during a heat wave. Yikes.
Typical California.
Yeah. I could see us having like 12 minor releases for 12 different components, and then a version 1 of the library goes out for people to use. And I was maybe thinking about doing like 1 component a day for a couple weeks just to challenge myself, but I don't know. I'd love to also learn from you how GitHub releases work.
What do you mean?
So can we synchronize the release tags in GitHub with the NPM publishing? Or does that?
It should be. That's what it should reflect, yeah. So that's what you would create a tag in Git, and then you can push that up, and then GitHub will have tags here. And those are all of our versions. A tag is just saying, it's like an empty commit saying, at this revision, we're calling this whatever the tag is. And in this case, we're using it as the version. So we're calling it this version. And that's for reference if we ever need to go back to it, if someone wanted to, inspect the code for a specific version or specific tag, they could. We generally use that for like release candidates and stuff too, but we're not worrying about that.
Do you keep the releases in line with the NPM publishes?
Yes, because that's what the release is. It's the NPM version.
Okay.
I mean, that's what we're putting up on NPM is our version, that version of the application. So they should be in sync. You don't have to have one for, like, we don't have to publish every revision to NPM. Like, if we have a release candidate, which we're beta testing, people can, I guess there's other way they could pull it down, but they'd still probably, you can pull an NPM package at a specific revision, So we would probably still push it up, actually.
Okay.
So I'm thinking publish, NPM publish on every one. I mean, we could come back to this down the line if we do need it. Because we could make it so that our thing bumps the version, it commits with the message of the version, and then they'll do the rest of it for us. That's the thing. I don't know, do you have a preference?
I don't. I've never done this before, so I don't really know if there's an easier or harder way to do it. I'm just learning.
Yeah, I've never done this before either. So I was asking like your preference, if you have a preference on what you want to do, but I guess we'll just do it locally. I could write a script to do it. Let's see if there's one that already exists. Stack Overflow. Tell me some packages. Recommend grunt bump.
Maybe that's what we should be streaming. Like, let's learn how other people manage releases for their libraries, like Vue, Bootstrap,
If you want to look through that, you could look at it.
Okay.
But I just want to solve this first. Oh, NPM version, you just do that and it tells it to bump for you.
Oh, wow. That could be cool. We'll increase the patch version by 1. So, yeah, so like a bug bump from 1 to 2.
Yeah, I did this on accident the other day. I was writing some scripts and I forgot you can do like pre and post commands. So you could run npm version and then pre-version it's doing like a test and it's running the script, which is running the test. And then once it's done the version, it'll automatically git push with the tags and npm publish. That's pretty cool. So to the next minor version. So there's npm version. This is an actual command built into npm. I didn't know they had that. We were going to go through quite some work. Forced us to show who's the boss. Jokes aside, see the npm issue. So under the hood, version is going to bump it. In this case, minor. We can do minor patch. NPM version command. I imagine you can do major, minor patch, something like that. Yeah, major, minor patch, pre-major, I don't know what all these are, pre-release, but we'll probably just do one of these. And you can specify the version, I guess, but hey, I can hear you typing, dude. What are you typing? Who are you talking to? I'm right here.
You gave me permission in the background to be looking at how other projects do NPM releases. So I'm doing a little Googling myself. I'm looking up Bootstrap Views contribution guidelines to see. It looks like they do pull request based releases. So
yeah, because they do merges, right? And we're not doing pull requests yet. But
right.
That's where the automation stuff does come in handy. Like, I agree. If we can automate with a merge, like if you had other people contributing to it. Do you want to get that fancy right now, though? It's a lot more. It's a lot more work.
We don't need to introduce overhead. If we don't have like people contributing, no sense in automating features that we're not going to use.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth it either. So I think we should just add a pre-version. We don't have tests. So we'll have like an npm run build or whatever our thing was, right? Our script.
Mm-hmm.
I like this one, git add -a. That's doing it specifically for the dist folder. And then post it does the git push. And they're removing that, but we don't need that. We'll use the npm publish. And since it will be running on your machine, whatever machine you're on, and try to run the npm publish, and you have to be logged into npm or you'll get an error, which is fine.
That's fine.
But I think that's all we need to do. So do you want to do that on your thing, or do you want me to pull this down and make that commit and all that?
I would be curious to see if you are able to easily publish to my npm module from your machine.
I would have to log into your account.
I can't add you as a contributor?
Try. I don't have an npm account right now, but see, look around, see if you can find it. I'll pull down the project and add this to it right now anyway. Did you already make me?
It's on GitHub. I think it's publicly available.
What is your name? Roberts Frost? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you make me a contributor so I can publish to it?
If it's public, do I need to add you?
I can't push to it. I can pull it, but I can't.
That's right. Okay, I'm adding you.
Mine may later. Okay.
Manage access. Invite collaborator. Chad with a C. Is my keyboard really loud on the mic?
It's in my headphones.
I'll turn the volume down on my keyboard.
Turn the volume down on your keyboard. Funny.
Invite maintainer. Okay, yeah, that's easy. So in the npm settings for the npm module, I can just invite any number of maintainers and give you write access.
Oh.
I just need a username.
You didn't commit your package lock. I don't think I have an npm account yet. Let me make one real quick. Oh, not there. Sign up.
So this may be, do you want me to share my screen while you are doing that?
Can you show something?
Sure. While you're signing up, I don't want you to share your screen.
Well, I'll do it off screen.
Okay. I found a GitHub repo called Release It, and it's a generic CLI tool to automate versioning, packaging, and publishing any code. So you can just run this CLI tool with a few upfront configs, and it will execute tests, run build. It'll bump the version in package JSON for you. Again, it's a CLI tool.
What?
I think
I was gonna say, you want to use
this
something
is
like that?
this is probably the easiest like resource that would do what we wanted if we wanted to automate this stuff.
But it's gonna do. I mean, we're gonna be able to build it into our project without having to install the CLI tool. I think it's also overhead, unless it does something else that you like about it.
No, I'm open to whatever, but it does seem pretty. This one I'm looking at seems pretty decent. It looks like they've got good documentation.
But we can do it without having, I mean, just adding pre-install scripts. It's like super easy. I don't think we need it.
Okay.
Okay. I'm back. So I've got it down local. You did not commit your package lock.json. So I have one updated for you. Did you add this? No. So there's this edev. I want to look at the package JSON. And I'm going to add those commands. Okay. Pre-version, we don't need npm test. During the version, it's going to npm run build. I guess we can, I wonder if npm test even works right now. Well, we don't have a test command actually, so no. I'll leave that empty.
It's on our
so
to-do list.
Yeah, deep in the to-do list. It's so it'll run the build, and then it'll add. Is our folder dis? Yes. Build is just our config folder. Okay. And then it will git push and git push the tags, and then it removes the build directory. We don't want that. We want to do npm publish. Okay, I think that's all we'll need for it.
Okay.
Let me just add my name to the contributors real quick. just kidding. Okay, much. Npm Publish script. See if it works. Did you add me?
Oh, no, I got to add your username, Chad with a C.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to do it on NPM. That's right. I'm going to try it. I forgot about that. Okay. Yeah.
What's the username for NPM?
Yeah, Chad with a C. Should be. Oh, I'm already logged in.
Okay, you've been
There
added.
it is. I've got a package already. So what kind of change should we make to it?
You sound like a typical Amazon customer. I've got a package already?
Typical Amazon customer. I'm going to have my name on here now. This better not be a shitty project down the line. I'll tell you what.
All right,
I guess
well,
I can just, well, we need to do something so we can tell we're bumping a new version. And
right, so go into the component. Go into the card component.
Okay.
And you can easily add some documentation to the README for the GitHub page. If you want to just like copy and paste the props in.
I want to do something here so I can make sure that it rebuilds correctly.
Okay, you can
take in the image.
out.
So what if I? Oh, you can pass in an image array. I thought one of these was not something you couldn't pass in. Oh, we did all.
Add some styling changes. Run the project locally and just modify some of the CSS.
What is the command? Serve. Never used that one before. Just kidding. I think there was some tool back in the day that used serve.
Gulp. Or grunt. Grunt serve.
Or donate UI kit sample was not found.
Yeah, so, okay. Go back to your folder, go to dev. I thought I committed this, but go into the dev serve, yeah. Serve.view.
JS. Oh.
And then change that to import the component we built, the card component. So from @entry, but import card. And then register it in the components, and then yeah, add it to the template.
Okay, so that's.
Did you update your template?
My template?
Down at the bottom. Yep.
My template? It's nasty.
So you could, if you want to do some meaningful change, then you could, you know, update the font family to not be ugly. Give it like a.
Well, we want it to inherit whatever you're using now. So I don't think you give it a specific one, do you?
I mean, it can have a fallback font, right? I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm just thinking out loud. Or center the button. So the button is left aligned. It should have margin auto.
Okay. Where's your styles? Oh, it's
inside the component.
It's in the computer. This is weird. Is the donate card? Shouldn't it? Oh, it doesn't have a width on it. Let me say like
It does.
width.
No, it does
Where?
up top.
Oh. Well, then why it's margin 5px auto and it already be center?
Maybe it needs display block.
Oh, no. Is that from our old thing? Yes. Just a hot reload, man.
Give it a display block.
There it is. Contribution. Should we add some kind of padding to this other content in here?
Yeah. I was just thinking as you did that, like the right solution here would be on the div donate card to add like a default padding to the. So donate card should have like a padding of 5 pixels.
But we don't want to pad the image and everything either, though, right? Should we have another content section in the middle? Like just
Yes. Yes.
Oh, this work. Never works when I do it. Our body. I guess we can get a section. I don't use auto indent because I don't trust it. I like my indent. Yeah, just so we don't have another. We're forcing them into a file if we do that, but whatever. We're going to fix all later, right?
Yep.
You still there?
I'm still here.
And we're in 0. What do you think? Didn't work. Why didn't it work? Oh, I did the opposite. It should be 0. Are you paying attention? Why aren't you paying attention?
I wanted you to learn from your mistakes.
You didn't know. You didn't know.
I did.
Yeah, right.
I'm having fun watching you code. I don't want to like correct you every step of the way and nag at you.
Because now it's not in line with this.
Right.
Wow.
So you could make the button 100% width and it will still be padded. Does that make sense? So the button has a width of 95% plus the padding of the parent. Make it 100%.
It's going to overflow, isn't it? I think it might be better to just do RAM. We should be using RAM too, probably. But again, we'll save that for later.
Yeah, the focus of this is for the release automation.
Display block. I guess it does want the percent. Ooh, have you used calc?
Like once.
2 RAM. Look at that. Okay, is that enough for the styles for now to release a new version, or
someone's getting carried away?
Don't go down this rabbit hole too much. Okay. Hard styling fixes. right now we're at version.
Bump it up. Bump that
0.
version.
0.2. So I want to run. Oh, I need to set up my npm login first. Is this how you typed it in like that or what?
Yeah. The first time. It should be blank for screen share, so you should be fine on the password. I can see your password.
No, you can't. All right, I'm logged in. Okay, so I'm going to do a patch. So it'll be 2.1, or should I do a minor? It's a minor change. I mean, it is some new styling. So
Yeah, I was just
minor?
gonna milk the minor change set. Just for now, just bump that and not worry about
version 0.64. That's
Yeah.
fine. I mean, you can get deep as you want with that. And then,
Hi.
yeah, I don't think it should be 1.0 until it's like production ready. Even if it's only 2 components at 1.0, that's fine. Because then you start doing major bumps like 1.2, 1.5, and that could be your the versions with the new components or something. But well, no, because once you do a 1.0, you're going to have to do like 1.4 and 1.5, and you're not going to want to push this frequently, I would say.
How far up can the minor number go? Is it up to 99?
No, I think it'll just keep going.
So you could have like 1.100.0?
I think so. I don't see why not.
That's weird.
Look at some of the Node versions. I don't have them, but they had like 0.10, 0.12, whatever. Usually they probably don't release as frequently as as we're going to. So, see. But okay, so I'm gonna do npm version minor. What's the rest of the command? Some more. With the commit message. Upgrade to, oh, cool. We'll be with the message. Version minor -m. I'll just call it release. And we do %s, which is going to be our placeholder for the version. And it should create the tag under the hood.
Under the hood.
Under the hood, it'll also run an npm run build, which is great. Build, yeah. So that will build all of our versions for us. It'll add all of the files in the dist, any of the updated files. Is there any file changing? It's just the dist folder, right? Yeah.
No, we also package the source folder in our module.
But
like if you look
the build command, and it all gets put out to the changed files are only in the dist, right?
Not if you made code changes. You want to commit those under the source folder also, because the library source code is bundled up and published.
Well, let's run a build and see what happens. It only needs those files.
Right, but what I'm saying is when you run npm publish, the source folder also goes up to npm.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about in terms of the git command to add all of the new files. Right now, it's only looking at the dist folder. I just want to make sure that's okay. It's okay. Because those are the 3 files that change. All right, now git reset. Oops. Hard. Yeah. Okay. And so then it's gonna git push. It's gonna do a tag for us along the way too. So it's all push tag. And it's gonna do the npm publish all in one go. Are you ready? Are you ready for this?
I don't believe it. I don't think it's gonna work.
Really? You want to?
No.
Okay. I think it's gonna work. I'm feeling good about it. Can I get a drum roll, please? Oh, it picked version 3.0. It's doing well.
Wubba-lubba-dub-dub.
Let's get pushing. Oh, forbidden. I do not have permission to publish. Are you logged in as the correct user? Why do I not have permission, Trenton? Try it.
Look, I made you a contributor. You have write access. The same level as me. npm makes me log in every time I refresh.
Every time you refresh what?
The page.
There it's release 0.3.0. We have our branch, our tag, version 0.3.0. I am now a contributor. So everything fine, just but the publish. The publish didn't work. Let me
try
see.
the npm publish again, just on its own.
Did you change something?
No.
Okay, then it's not. Then it shouldn't work. Yeah. Are you logged in as the correct user?
Did you? I don't know. That's weird. Did you use a different sign-up email?
Give me an email. Did you add me? No, because it's got it on my account.
So for username, I'm seeing Chad with a C.
That's my username.
Okay.
Let's log in. I logged in earlier. Still says forbidden. So let me.
Weird.
I was logged in one of these. Because it lists it under my packages too. Package. Is there different types of settings you can do? Like make a moderator or different
No.
different levels?
The settings are very bare bones. Like it just shows a maintainer section. I can share my screen. It's not very useful settings. It's just like this one little section that says maintainers, and then it gives me the option. What?
How did you get to the settings for the or for the package?
So on my screen, there's a settings tab next to the go back into the package.
Somewhere in here.
Yeah, so on those tabs, like Readme, Explore, Dependencies, Dependents, Versions, next to Versions, I have a tab on the far right for Settings. And under Settings, it's got a section for invite maintainer. And it shows that you are a...
Let me see if there was an email thing I was supposed to respond to first.
Oh yeah, you gotta, yeah, I remember. You gotta approve your account with your email. I remember that.
I did verify it. Why isn't my browser working? It looks like it froze.
NPM contributor.
Oh, it could just
access denied.
Oops. Let me reconnect my.
I don't think we have to be an org to have multiple contributors.
No, I probably have to. No, I don't. I don't have an email saying accept. I have one from GitHub. I already accepted that one. Let's see your screen.
Okay. Boom. Boom. Can you see my screen?
I'm adding it to stream.
Tell me when.
Can you blow that? It's up there.
Okay.
Can you blow it up a bunch?
Yes. All right. So I'm logged in. I go to
Maintainers.
profile. I go to donate UI kit. And then I see an option on mine for settings when I go to settings. And by the way, it is public, so that shouldn't be an issue. Okay. Yeah, this is all the settings they give me. It's not much. I can require two-factor auth, which I don't need to do right now. I can invite a maintainer.
Thing. Is there like delete
There's
me?
Nothing.
It doesn't have anything about type of access or anything.
That's really weird. It just gives you write access automatically.
Out of the gate.
And I can't edit that. It's like not a drop down, although it should be. Okay, what was the error you were getting again?
I'm just straight up getting like
permission denied.
Back to my screen. Yeah, no, it's 403 forbidden. You do not have permission to publish. So it's definitely just a permission thing. Not totally concerned with it right now, because as long as you can publish it, it's fine. So do you want to just try pulling down the latest, and then publishing it? Or do you want to try doing the version bump? I mean, the rest of it was working, so it's just the Npm Publish part that's down, that's broken. So we just don't have this version up on Npm.
Right. So what you're saying is that if I run like a git pull from the GitHub repo, then I can just run npm publish and it'll work.
Manually, yeah, just to get that latest version up there. But I mean, otherwise, I think it's just working. I think we have, our plan set out. I mean, do you need to document that somewhere? I guess I could put it in the README, or not the actual README, but like a dev notes or something file in there. Because there is that command you'll have to run.
Yeah, document your code, dude.
npm version minor -m release. It can be, yeah, let me do a README. Do a nice little README for you. Release notes. What do you want to call it?
I don't care. I'm trying to figure out why a contributor can't publish to my npm module.
Yeah, it's really weird. Bash is your bash. Why did it copy everything? Major. Minor. Patch. The command. Will automatically run a build, add and commit changes to get, create a
Dude, npm's website. Oh, my keyboard.
Yeah. So build.
npm's website is kind of basic. It's not very helpful.
Yeah. You mean like their help site, or?
Just like the usability of it, it could be so much more.
Up to origin.
It even shows on your public profile for NPM that you have the Donate
But I
UI
have
kit.
access to it, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Weird. Ooh, what's Run Kit? Oh.
That's all the docs we should need on it.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, you read it all? It's a lot more than you were expecting, huh?
You've got the commands, you've got an explanation of the major minor patch. Yeah.
After you redo it this first time, once you know what it's doing, all you really need to do is come back and copy this command and you're good. Good to go.
Okay, just for the heck of it, can you run npm who am I?
Who am I? I'm Shab with the C.
If you have an account, then log in. Your session might be expired. Follow the login prompt. Then once you're logged in, make sure you are in the right directory. You will not be able to publish if you're not in the right directory of the project you're working on. I wonder if the package lock.json is what made the difference.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe it had some.
It was a permission error, though. It had nothing to do with. Oh, you know what? No. I was thinking maybe it needs to be tied to whatever, to like your account, but it's not because the package name is just straight up Donate UI Kit.
Oh, did you wait a second? Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
I was wondering if like the version, if the code up on GitHub was out of sync.
No, because it bumped it. I mean, it bumped version 3. It doesn't matter what's on GitHub. It's publishing from my local computer. And
No, I know,
bumped
but
the version here.
if you're in the wrong GitHub project, then npm publish won't work either. But it looks like you're in the right GitHub project. What's weird for me is that locally, I have a package lock.
Yeah, you had one, you didn't commit it. I added it as a commit because you should be committing that in.
But it shows it as committed on mine.
Okay, so I added release notes. How does it look? It's beautiful. Beautiful. To cut a new release. Man. Add and commit changes to Git, create a tab with a new version, push changes up to origin, run an npm publish to push to npm. Okay. Do you want to pull that down and push it up to npm for us?
I suppose.
Okay, I'm going to share your screen. You ready?
Yeah. Whoa.
Wow.
Inception. I have all this code I wrote earlier today that I need to do something with.
Is this I can't read any of that. It's so small. You back in WebStorm?
Hold on.
Hold on, Grandpa.
Is that better?
No, I can't read it on my TV still. Can you blow it up a couple more clicks?
View.
I thought they had a thing to zoom your whole thing in. No?
Control Command equals. Yeah, I don't know. So even on your TV, like this is zoomed in pretty far for me.
I mean, it's still pretty small. I can read it, but it's. I wanted to see if I could push you further. But I guess there's just no buttoning you. That's okay. Go ahead and do what you're going to do. You could skip it.
Alt Command.
I've got more commits in this repo than you do now.
Okay, I don't know how to zoom in any further. I'm embarrassed. But
Let's just leave it.
Zoom. Zoom.
Apparently zoom means something completely different.
I think it's zoomed in as far as it'll go, like when I get into presentation mode. Oh well, all right. I'll read out loud. Git checkout -b. Dev branch.
No, there's no dev branch. Or you have changes, you mean?
I'm creating
stat or
a
something?
branch.
Oh, okay.
No. I'm creating
Develop.
a new branch called dev.
Not even it's too late now. We're stuck with it forever.
Develop. Git checkout -b. Develop. Okay. Git status. Git add -a. Git commit -m. Begin adding new progress bar component. Git push origin develop. Git checkout master. Git status. Oh, dot idea.
That should be in your global ignore.
Do you know the command to edit the global ignore?
No. I mean, do you already have a file or no? You can create one pretty easy. Actually, I don't know the command though to add it to your Git. So you need to
I'm trying to figure out where my project went.
Man, WebStorm is so much quicker.
This is weird, man. What happened?
You think that's weird? I have access to this repo and I can't push up the new code.
My source code disappeared. Like,
Oh, I just pushed it. It worked.
oh, here we go.
They emailed me and they said successfully pushed 0.3.0. Maybe it just, I was thinking maybe it just had to propagate. I'm going to go back to my screen here.
Okay. I wasn't prepared to share tonight.
I know. I don't normally get prepared to share when you're streaming. There you go, version 0.3.0. It's kind of small on my screen too, but it's out there. Why is my collaborator name not on there yet? Hard refresh. I want my credit. Oh, I got settings now too. It probably just takes a second to get in there. I don't type passwords where I'm from. We should definitely set up two-factor auth, though.
Let's do it right now.
Okay. I'm going to do mine. You do yours. I'm hiding both our screens. And I'm saying require two-factor auth. Please configure to
Authorization and publishing?
authenticator app? What the fuck is my authenticator app?
Oh, no. I don't want to use an app.
Oh. I already have one. I have a Google one, I guess.
Open Authy. I hate Authy.
Good thing I already have one. I wouldn't want to go through that right now, I tell you what. Save my recovery codes? Ugh. It's the worst. Still not sharing screens, right? Nobody's locking, are you?
Right. No, yeah, I'm having to log into my Authy app.
Is that what you use? I guess I have Git Authenticator, or not Git, Google Authenticator. It opened in that one. And I have two.
Enter code.
There you go.
404? NPM gave me a 404 page.
Did you wait too long?
I don't know. Settings.
I confirm I have saved my codes. Fucking Gravatar.
No, my phone died.
Dude, charge your phone. Can you hear me? Can you hear what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Oh yeah, there we go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah.
Dude, so many technical difficulties tonight. Oh man.
I know this is real life.
Global git ignore.
It's got my name on the collaborators now. I need to update my Gravatar. When was the last time you updated your Gravatar? Gravatar now uses WordPress.com. I need to sign up for an account on WordPress.com. Is that true? You know what? I bet I forgot to check, but I bet it put us in some weird category for stream.
Git pull rebase origin master.
Yeah, we're under talk shows and podcasts. That's not right. Science and technology.
Okay, I updated my local repo to include everything that you committed. The other night when we did presentation mode, we ended up on my machine using VS Code, which is why I think that I wasn't able to zoom in any further on WebStorm, because the other night we had zoomed in even further with VS Code. That's
Yeah,
where
we were using
I was
VS
getting.
Code, and it allowed us to zoom in.
Yeah, VS Code Command plus and Command minus has no limits. Like you can zoom in ridiculously far. But WebStorm, you can't just do Command minus, Command plus. I don't know why. They've got fancy key mapping going on.
Okay, I updated my Gravatar. See how long it takes to kick in. I have to use a different email for my, yeah, whatever. So, that was our main goal for tonight. Is there anything else specific that you want to get set up or get working or what?
No, I don't want to.
Long stream for just adding a few lines of code, but
yeah. I don't want to like boot up a bunch of code for the next component tonight.
Yeah, me neither.
All right.
But I guess is there any other next step? What are the next steps you want to talk about?
That's a fair point. Let's
do some planning. It doesn't have to be code.
I agree. Let me share my screen here. We can do some end of the stream planning.
Share your screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
blow it up.
I'm blowing it up. You have to give me a minute. How's that?
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Boom, look at that cover.
You think you're that innovative? Or is that to inspire
So
you?
innovative. All those components making up that library of an airplane.
It's a lot like the first flight.
I mean, we are making history right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now that we have the publishing handled, I think we could, we'll be focused on components again, right?
Yeah, but also I did, I did want to do some other stuff to make it feel like a true open sourced library. So like update readme.
Yeah, we need some documentation for sure. But
and then
really
eventually we should like create a GitHub pages for the library with demos of components. What else? Create a basic design file for all the components.
you think you need a design file for it?
Well, we want to know ahead of time like what the reusable components will look like. We need somewhat of a theme, even if it's real minimal. You know, we want to make sure they're all somewhat complementary to each other. And if we have an overarching design file that dictates the theme, even if it's minimal, then we know that each component's consistent. So if someone were to use it in an app, they would have matching components. I don't want to like do each component in isolation with its own CSS and none of them look alike.
So do you pay for
And then
Notion?
I made this list. So donate card, progress bar, donation list, currency input, currency formatted output text, alerts and drop.
Little icon next to it mean?
What do you mean? The open?
Next to the currency.
Oh, it means it has text in it. So yeah, this is Notion.
Okay.
So you're looking at it like a Notion table. They call them databases, even though it's just an Excel table. And in the table, each row is its own card, its own page. If there's no content in there, then no icon is next to it. But if it has content in it, then there's a little icon.
Ah, fancy, fancy. So to get the first thing out, the donate card, well, I think there's a few things we should also add. Definitely the documentation, whatever, but I think we should look into how we're going to consume it and making sure it doesn't collide with styles. Like, how are people going to theme it? How are people going to consume that initial component? Because we should make that decision now, and then when we pump out more components later on, we'll already have those decisions made for us. So,
how people are going to consume it. So,
yeah.
I mean, I thought that.
Are they going to do any styling themselves? Is it out of the box and it's good to go? Like, what if they want to change styles? How are they going to do that? And it's not right now. Like the styles are hard coded. So I guess it is a lot around styling. My questions.
So Vue.js has this. Let me open it in VS Code so I can zoom in all the way. Vue.js has this capability that we can use. In this app, can you see? Do I need to zoom in more?
No, that's good.
So here I'm importing the card. And if we open up the card in a different, well, I guess it's technically in the NPM module. So you would never modify the NPM module, but for the example, where's donate UI kit? Let's open up the source file. I don't know why it's complaining, but anyway, this is the source file for the NPM module, right? And we've got the styles down here and stuff. So over here on the left is our app code where someone would be importing the library. In Vue, I know this isn't always ideal, but you can say something like, you can give your card a class name, or even better yet, we have div ID app. So let's just bounce off that. So app, and then you can use triple carets or whatever you want to call them, greater than signs, and then dot donate card. And then I can override the styles of the module. So in Vue.js, if you want to select and override
you can
CSS,
override the scope modules items?
Yeah.
Like, can you do like button in there? Or?
Yeah. So this symbol, in fact, let's just look at the docs. Scoped CSS. Yeah, they call them deep selectors. If you want a selector in scoped styles to be deep, i.e. affecting child components. Yeah, so in Vue.js, I know this is kind of weird and it almost feels like a bad practice, but it's straight out of the documentation. If you want a selector in scoped styles to be deep, i.e. affecting child components, you can use the triple greater than sign. And parent class, which is in the current component, triple greater than, and then a class that's in the nested child component will override any styles in that component.
That's pretty cool. Okay.
So
I would
to
imagine
answer your question, we don't need to do styling right out of the gate, but I do know that like a lot of devs who consume a library like to have like a styles object that they pass in. And we can in fact have like style equals object. You can pass a style object in, and we could support that in our library.
I don't like that. And the only thing, I mean, I guess with theming, like color-wise, you know, but I would imagine you would want to write the styles once. That would affect all of the cards, you know? So maybe they would just have like a .donate card style. We still have that, I don't know if it's an issue or not, but where the class name donate card is showing up. I feel like that should be unique somehow, or it should be unique in the sense like it should be donate UI kit dash card or something like that.
We can, but it's somewhat arbitrary because the styles are compiled to be suffixed with.
Styles were, but they're still using that root class name. And so if they have that root class name in there, then that will cause an issue.
What?
When we view, do you have that project running? Can you inspect the actual running code of it?
I think so. So many projects that I've been bouncing between.
Serve. We solved this earlier. Remember, once you're paying attention.
This is a different project.
But it's still a Vue CLI project, right?
Okay, so if I inspect this.
And you should see the class name on it, donate card. So if they already have a class name using donate card, then
they don't clash though, because look at the styles on the right. Donate card, data V. Vue automatically adds.
If we have written our own styles ahead of time, if we wrote a component beforehand that had a class name donate card and it had our own styles on it, it would clash with it. It wouldn't clash with those styles. It would. Let's try it. I'll show you.
So you're saying like if I create like a div and then I give it a class of.
I did donate card.
It's not supposed to override the module though. I don't see.
It's because you have that it puts that class name out there. This is like it's pure. We're getting down to CSS stuff. Is that why you need the scoped?
Does our module have scoped?
Yes. I wonder if there's a selector to use. In Vue scoped, where you can access the generated name, you know?
Something's off about this. So donate card, background blue. Maybe if the parent component is dictating the class, then it overrides an NPM module.
It's just because we're using that class name in our actual component. That's why I think we need to use a unique name like donate UI kit.
I understand what's happening, but my confusion is that this isn't supposed to happen because there's scoped styles. So this flies.
The scope style, I feel it should be changing those class names to unique codes, but it's not. It only prepend or like adds it to each of the selectors you have. It adds that like data-v or whatever it does to scope it.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't actually rename the CSS class names. So if you want it to work correctly, you either need to refer to the element names themselves, or I looked at the scope docs and I didn't see a way to just say like target a specific element.
When a style tag has a scoped attribute, its CSS will apply to elements of the current component only. This is similar to the style encapsulation found in Shadow DOM. It comes with some caveats, but it doesn't require any polyfills. It is achieved by using post CSS to transform.
So that is true, because the styles that we wrote for donate card in our component are not being leaked out, but styles can be leaked into it. So think of it in terms of like
its parent,
scope.
Right?
No, it doesn't have to be a parent, because basically we're creating that donate card style in the global scope.
Be careful with descendant selectors in recursive components. For a CSS rule with a selector .a, .b, if the element that matches .a contains a recursive child component, then all .b in that child component will be matched by the rule. What? Okay, we're getting sidetracked. I get the issue. I just am completely confused as to why it's not also adding onto the HTML so that our class, like, I feel like this is an endless battle of unique naming. So even if we say donate,
not if we prefix it all with, usually, they do like
donate-ui-kit.
like DUK, that could be a shortcut for it. But you could do donate, UI kit, and then like dash card. But if you want to keep it short, it could be like DUK card.
Okay, so
just not something that's totally obvious. I mean, could still have clashes, but that would be up to them. That would be their fault. We just don't want to be too common.
Write a namespace selector for our library CSS.
And that will allow them to include their own CSS file that themes all the components how they want. So you can add another layer of theming on top of it,
Yeah, I thought about that the other day. Like instead of having ultimate customizable CSS, you could just have themes and they have to use one of the themes. It's easier to
I think that
maintain
would
that
be,
way.
yeah, I think that would be easiest, and it gives them enough flexibility. They can overwrite it however they want, and then we can just have different theme CSS files. And if they want, it's just like, kind of an add that can be included with the package. And if you want it, you can include it as well. So
Something else
that's a
really
pretty simple
minor,
solution.
something else really minor that I wanted to do just for the experience and for the fun of it is get these little badges that they have on their GitHub project. Do you know how to do these?
Not off the top of my head, but they're not hard. It's just links to images in the thing. I wonder if
No,
it's
but
tied to
I think
specific
they're,
site or who provides them.
yeah, I think they're like connected to something.
They are, but it's just pointing to a URL, and then that URL behind the scenes is like generating stuff. Like I know with Travis CI, they give you a URL for an image, and you can plop that in there.
Oh, it looks like these are all just HTML links with images. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Well, either way, we want to
But
add.
what is that flat what? Badges.net? So maybe it's badges.net. I don't know.
Yeah, image packagequality.com/shield. They're all, each one's different, which is weird because they all look the same. Some of them are from badgen, so flat.badgen.net.
Yeah, it's not badges.net. That's probably just their CDN site. I don't know who's providing that service, but I'm sure there's a service for it.
Oh, well, we're just doing project management right now. So add badges for NPM versioning or version and test coverage. I have a step for writing unit tests. Write namespace selectors for our CSS. Create a contribution guide. Create a design file for guiding the theme. Create a GitHub pages for the library with demos. Update the README doc. And then we've got a list of components with their status, so we don't need to-dos for each of these. They're already kind of mapped out here. What else? What else goes into publishing a library?
There's plenty more, but that's enough for next steps. And we don't have to pick which one we want to work on next now. Do you want to decide that now, or do you want to wait till the next stream Friday? Actually, you know what? I'm going to be out of town this weekend. I'm not going to be able to stream.
Boo. You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Chad's a slacker.
You hear that, ladies and gentlemen?
Do we have any streamers watching, or did we?
I don't think anybody's watching today.
Oh, well. Did you tweet it?
No, I forgot.
Oh, we got to add contributors to the README.
Yeah.
I love how some projects have this whole section of contributors with all their profile pics.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You
gotta add a license file too. Do you have one already?
license. I was just going to do MIT license.
Yeah, it's fine.
Add contributors section to Readme. License tests. I wonder what's under their scripts. Oh, this banner.
Scripts.
This banner thing was interesting. I would love to create something like this. An auto-generated banner that copyrights each file in your source code with the links to docs and the licensing and everything.
Yeah.
That can be a fun little task. Create a auto-generated banner for source. Boom. All right. That's good enough for now.
Cool. So I'll be out Friday. I'll be out Sunday. Looking at Tuesday. So next week. 1 week away.
Okay.
You can, if you want to work on any of these smaller things in the meantime, that's totally fine.
Yeah, it's just
We
kind
don't
of
need
happening.
to be streaming for you to add a license file. But
right. No, I get it. It's and it's advantageous for me to work on this for work, because I'm hoping if I can get a library open sourced soon enough, like within a month or so, with a few components, then I can get my teammates to start using it in their projects. And then we'll have some actual test cases, but also feedback on like what needs to update in the open source version. So yeah, I've got plenty to do. I'll work on it a little bit here and there. Next Tuesday, I can give a brief update on what changed since today.
Sounds good.
Okay, are we done?
Did you make our sign off yet?
No, but we do need to talk logistics. Like, do we actually care to have people watching, and do we want to make it worth watching?
Yeah, I mean, we should invite people. It doesn't have to be just me and you.
No, I agree. There's plenty to do for streaming. Like, I would love to have a little cartoon character and a name, but until then, it can't hurt to have people watching us. And I don't know how to get followers on Twitch.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we just start inviting people to the stream or publicizing the stream on Twitter, and there's different channels like Discord channels and such. I can advertise it in the Discord channels and say, hey, we're going live, and maybe that'll get you a viewer or two. But the more viewers you get, then you'll show up more in the ranking of like science and tech is just ranked by the number of viewers. So whoever's got the most viewers is at the top. But down with, a few viewers, you're like so far in the weeds that you're not going to get seen. But probably once you start getting to like 5 will probably be the lowest, but maybe like 10 viewers, then you start showing up on like the first page of the section, of the science and technology section, and then that's when you might get random people coming in as well.
I like it. Do we Do we want to create a Google Calendar invite just for you and me to kind of lock in the times that we're going to stream, and then consistently mark it like Tuesdays and Sundays at 9 p.m.? Like first off, do we want to lock in a time that we think we could be getting some followers?
On my page here, I published my quote unquote schedule, which I told you was Sunday, Tuesday, Friday at 8 p.m. Mountain Time. That's my planned schedule. But like I said, next week I'm going to be on vacation, didn't stream Sunday night. My goal is really just to hit two of those nights a week.
Okay,
but,
so you're already locked in
yeah.
with those times. You're not wanting to explore other times?
Those are the times that I set. Is there other times that you want to explore?
I mean, the times are fine for me personally, but I'm flexible enough that if we thought we could get more viewers, like during a morning stream, I would be open to it. I know you're not a morning person, but I'm kind of interested in making a serious hobby out of this.
Well, once we have actual viewers, then we can do that. So next step for you streaming wise is to get like affiliate. And to get affiliate, there's certain recs we have to meet. One of them is like 50 followers. So
okay,
that's still a ways out. And the other one was that we still haven't reached is like three average viewers per stream, which is probably not too crazy to get to. I think the biggest challenge for the first level is 50 followers. So
50 followers.
Until you
they don't
on Twitch. Until you have that, like, well, no, I don't know. I don't think it's worth picking times yet, but
okay. So stick to the
someday.
times. We'll stick to the times on your page, and then your places that you said, like you can market like Denver Devs, Twitter, some Discord channels. Do you want to just jump in head first and do a blast marketing next Tuesday, like exhaust all channels and share a link? And like you said, maybe, we get a couple followers out of it, but I mean, we could have, I don't know, if we blast all channels, all of your channels, we could have like 5 viewers out of curiosity, I would think.
Yeah, I think we can just post it on some of them, and that should at least bring, I would imagine, a handful of people, but I don't know. We'll have to see.
Do you feel comfortable doing that next Tuesday, or do you think there's some stuff we need to work on and improve?
No, I think that's fine.
Okay. So just every Tuesday we can share a link in all the channels that you have access to, I guess, and that's our marketing.
Well, every time we would stream, we would share the link to it, and yeah, that would be it.
Okay. When do you think we would be ready for like a rollover or a raid from CJ? Is that pretty far down the line?
For that to happen, you have to be streaming when he's done with his stream.
Right.
But that's what I mean. I could post it, but like there in the Coding Garden Discord, there is a channel specifically for like live streams for any of the community members. If they're live streaming, they can post a link in there and people can join. So you could get some people from there to begin with, but like raid is a bigger thing.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get a feel for how much we need to do behind the scenes to have like a professional channel that is worth CJ rating? You know, like, are we 1 week out from that being worth his time, or a 1 month out? Like, what all do you and I need to start doing so that we can handle traffic and followers and not lose them? And then also, what boxes do we need to check so that we can go to CJ and say, hey, you know, once you have a stream going, can you rate us with 500 views or whatever?
Yeah.
Like,
well, let's end the stream for now, and then we can talk about it more.
Okay. All right. What are you doing for your birthday?
For my sign off, I'm going to say, stay classy, San Diego. Is that one taken already? I think that's taken, but you get it.
Damn it, that's mine.
No, it wasn't. All right, we'll see you next time. Next week.
Toodles.
If you're out there. Is anybody out there?